Okay, man, so we gotta find some new ideas for some videos.
Oh, I know. We could take a good show or a movie that everybody loves and turn it into a parody.
Nah, that's not really a good idea. I think that's already been taken.
What about we make a lot of Marvel minifigures, and then we take all of our DC minifigures, and then make them fight each other, and then make them reunite, and to work together, and then fight a whole bunch of villains.
Close, you're catching on, but I think we could do a little bit more.
Or we could, since Kingdom Hearts 3 has released a new trailer, and people are kind of curious of how characters like Vanitas are back, we could point out a theory, explain why we came up with this, give a few details, and then say whether or not, this is legit.
That has to be, without a doubt, the craziest idea I have ever heard you say. We have to freaking try it!
What's up, guys? My name is CyberSnowWolf, and welcome to Kingdom Hearts Theory video. Now, this is something that I don't really plan on doing a whole bunch, but if you guys actually enjoyed this video and want me to do more theory videos like this, I'll see what I can do. So, for today's video, as we know, Square Enix has released a couple of new trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it has revealed more content, such as worlds like the Toy Story world and the Monster World from Monsters Incorporated. But it has also showed us a couple of returning characters, such as Marluxia, the Graceful Assassin, and Vanitas, the Master of the Unverse. But it wasn't until a reactor watched the trailer and wondered, how is Vanitas back? And when they said that, a question sparked in my head of how he could have been back. So, after doing some thinking of my Kingdom Hearts knowledge, I've officially confirmed in the making of this video known as Vanitas' return. Now, before we continue on with this video, I listed two theories that I found possible for this explanation. One is simple, the other is a crazy one. The simple one is probably the one Square Enix took to, the crazy one was something that I literally came up in my head during the morning while I was having breakfast. So, let's move on to the simple one. Theory 1. Time travel. If we go back in time to the events of Dream Drop Distance, towards the end of the story, we find out that Xehanort has been traveling back in time, recruiting different versions of himself. Now, we know some vessels that he's already recruited are Xemnas, Ansem, a younger version of Xehanort, old Xehanort, Isa, Brig, and the latest member, Marluxia. If Xehanort was recruiting members throughout time, one of those members could have been Vanitas, and would explain, like, how is he back in the first place. If this theory were true, then that means this is the Vanitas from right before he fought Ventus in a final battle and lost and emerged back with Ventus, which means he's been stripped from his timeline and is now given a second chance to change history and prevent Ventus from winning. Theory number 2. What if Vanitas escaped? Now, what I meant by that is that, to explain this, we need to go back in time again, specifically to Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora's Sacrifice. Now, this is a major moment in the Kingdom Hearts saga. At that moment, it brought in two beloved characters that we've all come to know and love that have been in later games afterwards, such as Naminé, the nobody witch with the power of memories, and Roxas, the key of destiny and the 13th member of the organization. But what if there was more to that moment? Going back further again in time to the events in Birth by Sleep, towards the ending, we remember that Ventus sacrificed himself and now his heart has been damaged, but then that's when he meets a 4-year-old Sora, and then they merge together, keeping Ventus alive. Since we know this, what if that means there's more to Sora's sacrifice than we know right now? What if not only that creates Naminé and Roxas, but what if Vanitas took that as an opportunity to escape and return back to his physical form? Now, you're probably thinking, if this was true, where has he been all this time? If this was true, why hasn't he joined with Xemnas, or Ansem, or heck, even Maleficent of all people? Well, I thought that at first, and then an idea came to my head that if it took a lot of energy to escape from Sora in the first place, the Vanitas could be weakened and could force him to go into hiding. And if he went into hiding, this sparks in another idea in my head that, what if Vanitas is dying? If you think about it, Ventus and Vanitas have been merged with each other for 10 years, which means that they could have bonded with everything, including their life force, which means that if Vanitas was to be stripped from Ventus, it could mean that he's slowly dying and that he realized he made a mistake and he needs to merge back to Ventus in order to keep himself alive. It would explain why, in the end, towards the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer of Monsters Inc., it would explain why Vanitas was trying to merge back with Ventus, because he needs to stay alive, and without Ventus, he can't live. And this could also mean that if Vanitas is dying, then he's joining with Xehanort and becoming part Xehanort because Xehanort is acting as a life support to keep Vanitas alive. Because I think that if it wasn't for Xehanort, Vanitas wouldn't even join with them in the first place. Because let's be realistic, if you think about it, Vanitas had the X-Blade, pretty much one of the most powerful weapons, and was the key to Kingdom Hearts, therefore giving him the key to the universe. If you had that kind of power, would you really hold up your end of the bargain? I personally think that maybe Vanitas was plotting to betray Xehanort and use the power of the X-Blade for his own deeds. Because if I had a power like that, I probably would go stir crazy and use it for my own desires. Which brings me to Vanitas' ultimate goal. What if he's aiming to recreate a brand new X-Blade? Cause it would also explain that not only does he need Ventus, but what if that he was trying to merge back with Sora? What if he was trying to combine his energy together, but not just with Sora? If we do the math correctly, we have 5 people that he's merging with. We have Sora and Ventus' lights, and Roxas and Vanitas' darknesses. Now, even though Roxas is a good guy, he was still technically born in darkness, which means Roxas is darkness. But then there's a 5th factor, and that is none other than the 14th member, Xion. Now, as we know, out of all the Kingdom Hearts characters, Xion has by far the most interesting characteristics that we have ever seen. What I concluded is the fact that, since she is Sora and Roxas, is that in a way, she is going to be the 5th key into helping make a new X-Blade. But is she light? Is she darkness? Answer, she's actually both. Because if you think about it, if she's Sora's second nobody, that means that she was born from darkness, which makes her a little bit of darkness. However, she's also made up of the memories of Kairi, a princess of heart, whose heart is of pure light, which therefore makes Xion both 50% darkness and 50% light, therefore making her about Twilight. Now, doing the math about Vanitas' ultimate goal, if he's to recreate a brand new X-Blade, then he needs to combine Sora's and Ventus' lights, combining it with Roxas and Vanitas' darkness, and with the mix of Xion's Twilight, 5 people with powerful lights and darknesses and a Twilight, I believe would be more than powerful enough to recreate a brand new X-Blade and gaining him the power to the universe. Do you agree with the first theory? Do you agree with the second theory? Or do you have a theory of your own? Let me know in the comments if you think, if I should do more videos like this, or if you have a theory of your own as to how this maniac is back. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more content. Be sure to share this to all of your friends. And until next time, I'll see you when the ice moon rises. Bye-bye!